legendary b-boy, legendary artist, inspiring people all around the world, man. It's amazing to have you here after knowing you all these years and finally getting to interview you in this way. It's pretty exciting for me.
Peace, yo. My name is the Hyun Yu, aka Bboy Born. People call me Born Warner, B Born, and I'm originally from Seoul, Korea,
Okay.
but I'm living in the Jersey City right now.
Okay.
And I'm here in the DC. And yeah, man, I'm exciting too.
Yes. So you're from Korea, right? And I know we talk a lot about breaking, we talk a lot about hip hop, but how did you get your b-boy name?
Uh, I got my name actually from Bang Rock from Rivers Crew. Shout out to Bang Rock. When I got down to Rivers in 2004,
Mm-hmm.
uh, actually my first b-boy name was Natural Born Killer.
Oh, what?
No, actually, my bad, Natural Born Dancer,
Okay.
because from the movie that Natural Born Killer.
Oh, okay.
I used to watch it with my friend, and he gave me the name. Maybe you should have b-boy name Natural Born Dancer, but it was pretty long.
Hmm.
So when I got down to Rivers, and the Bang Rock gave me like, maybe you should just have the new name, Newborn. Oh, Newborn, that sounds cool. So
Mm-hmm.
and then I just call myself Born after. So it's
After.
like an evolution.
Okay, so how old were you when you started like getting into dancing and when you got that name?
Oh, my first, I didn't have a like b-boy name at the beginning. Uh, I started breaking in the '99, so I only people call me just a real name that time, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And starting graffiti first.
Mm-hmm.
Start graffiti in '97.
Okay.
Yeah, just abiding the style that I was really looking to it, like because I saw the album cover back in '97. Some Korea, the group for the like K-pop star back then. It's called the HOT. They had a album cover like with the graffiti.
Okay.
First time I saw graffiti actually, and then I just starting biting that same
So
style,
back
just
then.
doodling, myself, and then starting tagging by spray cans and
Mm-hmm.
bombing my neighborhood,
Yeah.
bombing my house, and then I started listening hip hop, like rap music around the time. One of my friends hooked me up, um, and I got into breaking 2 years later. So and then I got, like I said before, I got the name, the Natural Born Dancer is like around 2000,
And
2001.
how old were you then?
17 years
Okay.
old, starting enter jam.
Mm-hmm. But how old were you when you started actually dancing?
Uh, I used to just love, listen music, just the dance,
Mm-hmm.
like watching TV, and then just try to do the same as the the people that I like it,
Mm-hmm.
like singers, in Korea back then. So I used to just love just dancing with the friends, when I
Okay.
was elementary school. But breaking is actually um there was in '99, uh, and I saw the people breaking on the street that time, like doing a windmill on the concrete.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like changed my life.
So when you saw that, you were like, "What are they doing?" And it really
Yeah,
just inspired you to
yeah,
keep going.
yeah.
So let's go back with you like being a kid. So obviously, me doing these podcasts and these segments
Mm-hmm.
is to learn about other people's experience in
Mm-hmm.
life, like you growing up, you finding a passion, and then you pursuing that passion
Mm-hmm.
to the point where it starts to become a job where
Mm-hmm.
you actually can earn a living doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I think about like you, for example, knowing you for as long as I have, I met you because of breaking, and then after that, I saw you I saw you sort of branch out into other things. So now you DJ, now you do graffiti, you do, you're a tattoo artist, and you're really just, and you make beats and all kinds of things. So you're really like expanded your skills from just being a b-boy to now doing other things as well, which I think is inspiring because it's hard enough to do one thing, but to learn multiple art forms and be creative and all, and be able to express yourself at not an amateur level, because when I watch you paint, for example, it's not amateur, you're good. So to be able to have
Thank you.
multiple skills, is this something that comes natural for you as an artist, where you like, what do you, when you think about art, what goes on through your mind? How does Born look at DJing and at art and breaking? What is that? How do you look at art as a whole?
Uh, I guess it's all learning process. You need to practicing for sure. That's for sure. I respect the people that have already have natural talent, something like when you was born or something. But I think you need to practicing for sure. That's how you get really understanding and then better. So I just practicing, all the time,
Hmm.
and this is my learning process. It never stop.
Yeah.
But yeah, art to me is what is art is like. I think art is everything what you see,
Hmm.
and you know what I mean. Like anything that can be the art, it's not just about that's the art. This is not art. You can separating, I guess. So when you have the eye, you know, and then you can definitely do whatever you want with the
I
art for
see.
sure, and
Yeah.
it's all love too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So in other words, you sort of look at it as like, you use your mind, and then you just like have to apply yourself and work hard in each art form to be able to get pretty good at it, right? Because there's so obviously when we're talking about art, when we're talking about creative arts, which is music, DJing, dancing, anything like that, it's yeah, you're right. Sometimes people do have a natural talent for it, but also it takes a lot of work. If you want to compete with people
Mm,
at that level, you're going to have to work hard, right? So there's a lot of talented people all
mm,
around the world. I
mm,
mean, so we're nothing special,
mm,
right? Because there's people with talents all over, but it's about how much you practice your talent and how you apply yourself,
mm, mm,
right? You almost, in many ways. Let me ask you this, because to me, as doing what I do, I almost have to make it my lifestyle. Like, I can't go outside of my lifestyle. So for me, the dancing, the fitness, the business stuff, I look at that as a lifestyle.
mm.
Do you approach what you do as a lifestyle?
Definitely lifestyle for sure. Like it's like when you eat, that's a lifestyle, right? It's the
Hmm.
same thing as to me. Like you doing something, make your beats, It's kind of like I try to eat, like or try to just walk on the street, That's my lifestyle, right? The same thing. It's not too different, you know, between,
Hmm.
So it's like yeah, wake up, and then or do something what I love, like very natural to me.
Yeah,
Everything that
right. That's what I mean. So it's natural for you,
yeah,
and that's what you're after.
yeah, and then money follow you. I mean, money comes to you like naturally if you really uh good at it, or if you feel like you're a professional for what you love, it comes to you naturally, So I never really follow to the money, but you need the money for sure because that's what we're living in this world,
Hmm.
But I never really follow the money, but what I want to say is that if you really focus and pay attention and patient to what you love, and then everything's gonna come to you naturally for sure.
Right. If you pursue your
Mm,
passion and
mm,
you pursue your lifestyle, the money will come. That's like the last thing that you're thinking about.
Mm.
You don't want to get into something with the idea that I want to make a lot of money,
Mm.
because what ends up happening is that there could be another person out there
Mm.
who's the lifestyle, and they're going to put more effort in than you are. If you're just thinking about money, you're going to lose the love, right? Because there's never enough money.
It is. It's and like, I guess like money is not yours anyway.
Right.
I
Yeah, it's
mean,
not yours.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
you die,
Yeah,
you
that's
don't have any,
you're not going to take it
yeah,
with
you're
you.
not gonna take anything.
Hmm.
So that's why that's why I'm trying to like telling the people, especially like a younger generation,
Hmm.
that you don't have to worry about job for what you love, and I mean, it's good to prepare that for the future for sure, but just do like really like serious what you love, I
Yeah.
mean, study what you love,
Hmm.
and that's why I'm trying to find out myself also, it's like I say, it's all learning process. So
Yeah.
take your time and just keep doing what you love, and I think that's the key for sure.
Yeah, that's the key. So for the people who are listening, um, again, before I met you in person,
Mhm.
I already knew who you were, and you were famous all around the world. I mean, from all the battles that were on online at the time, because that era was like a YouTube era, and you started seeing breaking battles online that were more than like 30 seconds. You got
Mm,
to see like 15, 20-minute
mm,
battles, and you
mhm,
could actually watch them.
mm,
So I remember watching a lot of you, and it seems like you were traveling all around the place to battle.
mm.
Tell us a little bit about Born, when you were battling, man, because now it's the lifestyle, right? But back then, I'm sure you were like, I want to beat everybody. So it was a different mentality, right? So tell us about the experience of Born, the battler, traveling all around the world, and how was that like for you?
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I still wanna battle for sure. I think that's the b-boy,
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right though. It's kind of different because it's like, because I do uh different stuff, and I study the other stuff more than breaking now
Hmm.
actually. But yeah, for sure, like 2000, from maybe like from 2005, it was like really blow up in the Korea about the breaking scene.
Hmm.
So many battles with a lot of sponsors, and start people travel, go to the Europe
Yeah.
and different Asias, and even states,
Hmm.
South America. I think that's really blessed in my life, that you can travel to go to different country and different city, and then meet up with the local
Hmm.
people, and they bring you like really like amazing spot, not like uh tourist area. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's awesome, and yeah, man, it's like, and also yeah, battling each other for the checking each different styles. That's
Hmm.
why I used to really wanted to battle because of the styles. And yeah, I want, like I still want to battle, for
Yeah.
sure. But like, it was actually also more like represent your crew and your country. um what I mean. So yeah, man,
And
definitely early 2000, start from the early 2000 through 2010, 11. I think that was the golden era for breaking into Korea.
oh, what?
I
Okay.
guess I guess whole war too though. Yeah,
Yeah, it
I
was
hopefully
right. It was pretty
come
big.
back.
So how did you develop your style? Because again,
Mm,
I'm watching videos, and I'm seeing people doing power. There was like a big power around the 2000s. Everybody wanted to like get their power up,
mm,
right? But one thing I noticed about you is that you were always throwing footwork, and you were always very
mm,
musical. So you're surrounded by people who are doing power. You're surrounded by people that want to do all these tricks, but yet you do a different form, which is more traditional style. How did you? What inspired you to build up your style in that way, while other people were, could influence you? You still decided to do it your own way.
Word up, yo. I mean, it's not only me. Back then, starting like a foundation styles, like original b-boy style in Korea back in early 2000. It's not just about me. Actually, my first crew is called NJP crew. That was my first crew. I'm still represent NJP for sure. Some of them still dancing, and some of them DJ. So we kind of like low key, but still represent. So our crew, we're really we have. I mean, we also have a power at that time too, because like you said, everyone doing the power at that time really like seriously. So we had to do the power also for sure, but also we are really trying to put in energy for like style wise too, like how to dress, uh like New York City b-boys,
Hmm.
because we watching like b-boy summit 95, 96. That time, it was big inspiration. And our crew leader name is a b-boy Goguma. Shout out to b-boy Goguma. And he actually really awesome with footwork, top rocking, making beats, doing graffiti. He already did like late 90s, early 2000.
Oh wow.
So he's older than me though, like 5 years.
Hmm.
So he was like a leader of
So
the
he
crew,
was like a mentor for the crew.
mentor for the whole crew.
Wow.
So he teaching me, he teaching rap food, he teaching Soul Soy from Gamblers, because we used the same crew, and other homies for sure. Like he teaching us like foundation footwork, top rocking, passing tapes,
Hmm.
watching B-Boy Summit and stuff like that. Radiotron for
Yeah.
sure, but more like a New York. We really looking at like try to study about like a New York style of breaking, and then I really falling into love breaking more than before,
Hmm.
after I learned foundation, because I'm starting listening to music, because I start with the power moves too, but it was pretty hard actually. I love
Oh yeah.
power still for sure. That's true art form of breaking, but I fall in more love breaking because of the foundation of the breaking, because of the music.
The music.
Yeah, I can express like
And yeah,
myself
and
more.
you can it also you can do smaller hits,
Right,
whereas powers is momentum, it's
right,
big.
right, right.
Now you can break it up into little pieces
Mm-hmm.
and be able to express to the music
Mm-hmm.
in real time. So you're in Korea, you were born there,
Mm.
your whole family's there, and you are get into hip hop. How was that like for your family? Is anybody else in your family an artist or a dancer, like your parents or anybody like that is into like arts?
Oh yeah, yeah. My mother's side was like most of family of my mother's side is all artists.
What?
Yeah, when I was young, I was just watching what they doing, like piano. My sister, like cousin,
Mm.
she's amazing pianist, so she always play crazy freestyle. Not
Wow.
like
Yeah.
like very like I mean she was really like almost a jazz pianist for me,
Okay.
like
Mhm.
really awesome. She's happiest
Mhm.
people, and I watch her all the time. My mother's sister, she's a painter. She used to teach me when I was young, because she does like group lesson back in the day for
Oh
keys.
wow. Okay.
So I learned from her.
Mhm.
um and also my grandma, she was another, she also painters too. She did a like show back in the day. And also my mother, she's drawing really a lot now. Back then she wasn't really get into it, but she always loved.
Mhm.
So she bring me like gallery show all the time about like a painting and art, because of my mother sister, they close, so. But now my mother, she also really painting a lot, so she sent me photo. We share the photo and stuff like that. And also my brother, older brother, he's a painter too. He's he's really inspiration, like big inspiration for me. Not just about art, just about life in general. So yeah, yo, it's like
So you come from a background of artist.
yeah, I got lucky though. Yeah, I just grow up and sing.
Yeah, I mean, it must be nice to have that relationship with your mom where you guys can share art with each other. Like, hey, look at my art, look at my art. Do you also share your art with her as well? Does she
Yeah.
see you that like what does she think about what you do, your mom, as far as like you're I mean, you're doing all kinds of things. So what does she think you following is something that she also loves, which is art?
Like she always support me. I got blessed for that. My father also, my daddy also always support me what I'm doing, and I think that's really blessed, bro. And um I'm tr- you know I'm trying to send her like even like graffiti photo that I like rocking and some bombing or stuff like that. I send her a photo
Mm-hmm.
and she liked it. Um, because you it's all recognizing. You know what I'm saying? It's all art. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And she loved breaks and funk music.
Wow, that's cool,
Yeah,
man.
she came um some gems before, and she was like she told me she loved music.
Yeah, I mean, she loves music, she loves art.
Hmm.
Her son does all of those things. And you know, you make music, you dance. I mean, so she must look at you and say in many ways like be really proud of the fact that you took your passions and you're pursuing them all the way.
Yeah, we try to push each other, because you know I'm living in here state, she living in Korea. It's different times and it's far away actually. That's why I still try to have like energy, share the energy with her, uh with the what I love.
Yeah, from a
You know what I'm saying?
distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and she understand, and sometimes it's pretty hard, but
Mhm.
that's why I appreciate this lifestyle and art form, because of even you can share the energy with your family with the positive mind.
Yeah, yeah, positive message.
Yeah.
So one of the cool things is when I think about people in just the world as a whole, right? There's
Mm.
you know we have so many things, so many people, and yet it's hard to for people to turn their passion into like a career. It's like I think the hardest thing is to turn something that you love into a career, right? Because it's it's just especially when you have your own style, it's a unique style. So to make a living doing a unique style, people have to like it, right? So given that, you know, your world is all about making sure that, you know, you like it, of course, but also that people like what you're doing because that's how they're going to, you know, hire you out. That's how they're going to, you know, maybe buy some of your art. So how do you find the, you know, the ground in between where yes, I'm doing what I love and I'm drawing how I draw, I'm making beats how I draw. Well, how do you create your art knowing that you have to also make sure people like it while also liking it yourself? How do you find that middle ground?
Yeah, that's a hard for me still, bro. I'm really figured out what you're saying now, like between something that what people love, something that what I love, and try to make the balance, each other. I think that's a really professional thing. So for example, like for the tattooing, um, I love traditional old school for sure. You know me, like
Yeah.
old school traditional. That's my life.
Yeah.
I study, and I love for that, and that's why I falling into this culture. But some people don't really like old school and traditional, but I understand does. So I have to like listen what they saying, and then I try to put my idea,
Together.
yeah, together, and then make something another unique style. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I think that's really professional mind that what you love. So, but honestly, like breaking wise, like I'm trying to do like just what I love actually. I don't
Yeah.
really care about what people think, but I'm trying to be like you say, like trying to be more unique that
Right.
you never seen, or even if it's just little detail stuff. So maybe that's, I think you're the different than other people, just that little detail, small things.
Right. That's the creative edge, because the way you dance is not going to be the way I dance. Everybody has their own take on it. And as a matter of fact, in breaking and hip hop, you're rewarded for being original. So you don't want to look like other people when you're dancing, you know. You want to create your own
Hmm.
style. Like, we're not into the same things. And you know, one thing about breaking and being that, like, we understand it, is that um the more you express yourself through the dance, the more you can learn about yourself and your limits and what you want to do. So in many ways, it's rewarded. Like, people reward that and appreciate someone who steps out in front of people and can express themselves how they want, even if the other people might not like it. It doesn't really matter, because this is how I feel. This is how I show you my art. And breaking, in many ways, when you are dancing, you're creating a painting for the people there, and you're doing it on the spot to the music on the spot. There is no let me go back and edit it. It's live. It's right there in your face, and you're basically doing the most honest form of expression,
Hmm.
dancing and expressing. And
True. Yep. Yeah. Definitely. Like, yeah, exactly. Like, it's all true art form, and I don't really care what the other people think, but I'm trying to share my energy with other people. So it's kind of like,
right.
it's kind of hard to explaining, but like, for example, like ciphers, I don't just do just myself. I'm trying to do bringing my energy into the cipher, and then some other people can take the next, and the other guy can take the other, that another
The energy.
yeah, so it's keep
Yeah.
going and going. So yeah, but it's not about like, oh, what are you guys thinking that what I'm doing. I'm never really think that way. I'm trying to do my thing, but take that energy,
Yeah.
or I'm taking energy from other dude that have a really nice dope
Hmm.
rounds or
And then you
style.
jump in right
Yeah, jumpy.
after.
Yeah, it's
It
like a
it
talking.
Yeah, it's amazing, right?
Hmm.
It's like a secret language
Yeah,
of and people, it's hard to even explain.
yeah.
There's so much energy in
Hmm.
in the cipher. And especially if you have a group of people who are really cipher,
Mm.
like, you know, battle cipher people,
Hmm.
it you can feel it, man.
Yep. That's why I love this culture, yo. The breaking um is Rengiji, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, that's why I'm trying to, like when I'm teaching people, like I'm trying to tell the people that like share energy. And because that's what I learned. So
Yeah.
uh so I want to people more to share the more like souls, spirit wise. Uh because it's almost like a meditation thing, right?
Yeah, for
Like,
sure.
yeah, especially when you're practicing, it's like, it's not like not for fame. I mean, for me now, not for anything. It's for my soul, and it's my, for my mind,
Yeah.
body, and soul. So
It makes you happy.
yeah.
It's what keeps you. It's just, I know what you mean.
Mm.
It's and it's hard to find those things, you know. So some, you're lucky to have just found it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Some
Yeah.
people don't have that. Like, in you know, it's in many ways, it's not only is it hard to find, but it's also hard to keep, because so much stuff happens in life, man.
Yeah.
People grow up, you got to pay the bills,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you got to work, you got to do other things, and so it's hard to keep doing your art.
True.
If you're not earning and if you're not making a living from it, it's very hard to keep up,
True
because you
that.
got to do other things, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So for you right now, I mean, every time I talk to you, it seems like you're doing something new, And I when I see you, I mean, you're traveling, you're living the life that a lot of people would love to live, man, to be in many ways free to express yourself in multiple ways. I mean, you're down here right now, you're going to teach a workshop in like an hour, and then you're going to DJ, but at the same time you started out as a b-boy. So you
Yeah.
see that how diverse, how much you've grown over the years through
Mm.
hip hop culture, and you're a perfect example of what the benefits of being in the culture, because it allows you to open your mind so that you can do a lot of different things and believe in yourself to go out there and pursue your dreams. So when what other things are you doing now? So obviously you break, you DJ. What else do you do? Like, what's a day to day for Born? When you wake up, right? You go to what is your day like?
Yeah, wake up, drinking coffee, and try to cook much as I can, especially nowadays.
Yeah,
I get better with a little bit of like a cooking and stuff like that. Yeah, I love food.
yeah.
Try to make something.
Born the chef, man. That's next. You
You never know,
never
bro.
know. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. So you do that, and then go ahead, keep going, because
Yeah, and then like try to organizing my vinyl. I don't really have, but I'm try to like digging really. I've been digging um like I think in 10 years now. Starting travel with the B-boy. I can also go to different record store, trying to go Japan record shop or USA, Michigan or Detroit. Like that's kind of like lucky too. I can check the
Hmm.
different record shop. So I'm trying to organizing my records and like try to listen just a nice vinyl, put it on the turntable, drinking coffee or whatever, and then
So
doodling.
that's what you do in the morning. You drink some coffee and you
Yeah,
check
just
out your
yeah,
vinyl.
not too crazy, but just
Yeah.
to put in music and boom, play button, and then doodling all the time. That's my practicing for like a drawing and stuff. Just a drawing, and then doing classes sometimes like a Zoom class, whatever. Because nowadays, like
Yeah.
I'm still teaching like online and stuff
Yeah.
because of the other guys from other country, Europe and Asia. It's time different though, but
Oh,
I
right.
usually doing on noon, 1 p.m., stuff like that. And then dog walking. I got the
Mm-hmm.
dog, and then little chilling outside quick, and then um go to painting sometime,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm living in Jersey City. There's so many good spot,
Oh, okay.
low key or
Yeah.
whatever, like illegal wise, whatever, like is an awesome place there. So painting sometime, and I go to the work sometime to doing a tattoo. That's my really like business right now
Okay.
nowadays. And yeah, back to home, having dinner with my wife, and kicking it, watching TV sometime,
Yeah. Yeah.
or
So
do some editing my videos and stuff like that.
yeah. So it's
Computer work.
so it's a lot. I mean, if you think about it, from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep, you're just
Keep
living.
going.
You just live your lifestyle,
Yeah,
man. So you're doing so many different things to fill in that time.
yeah, but little by little, though, not like too crazy.
Yeah.
Just have a balance
Mm-hmm.
each other's. Because yeah, like you say, I got like so many different things I do actually, but it's actually I'm trying to like put all together as a one, but that's kind of hard. That's kind of like my goal now.
Mm-hmm.
So but I'm a b-boy. Once a b-boy,
Always a b-boy.
always a b-boy. So I'm trying to put my b-boy mind to anything that I
Yeah.
do.
So for somebody, like yourself who started dancing in Korea, and you got into hip hop a long time ago, and now, you're in the States, to go from being in Korea to being to being in New York, how was that experience of you coming here? Because obviously, when you were there, you mentioned you were watching, New York breakers, and you're seeing the culture from New York City, and then to actually be there, what was that feeling like for you to say, man, I'm in New York City right now.
Yeah,
What did that do for you? Like, how did you feel?
yeah, it was awesome for sure. First time in New York City, I came for the showcase for UN,
Okay.
and which is amazing for me. Like it's like for peace. For
Yeah.
every different country. So and then at the same time, it's New York City. It's like I never been in New York City that time, and it was super hype.
Yeah.
Exciting with the crew Rivers. And yeah, it was just amazing. Still, I got that feeling when I go to the New York City because I live in Jersey City now.
Hmm.
So, but it's close, 10 minutes
Yeah.
away
Yeah.
from Jersey to New York City. But still, like amazing when I get into New York City. It's like wow, a lot of people,
Yeah.
buildings and flows,
Hmm.
and I remember I went to Seven James Studio 2008. That was my first time New York City trip, and Phantom invited me, and then Kenny was there. I think some other guys was there,
Yeah.
but I don't really remember. But you know, um, actually, I go with there like with the Duza and Toxic.
Okay.
We travel to. They came from VA,
Okay.
Virginia, and then meet up at the New York City, and then we go together. Even Monica too.
Oh
We
wow.
just yeah, we just go to the Seven James studio, just chilling, just watching what they doing.
So you're there with Ken Swift.
Yeah.
So that must have been a cool experience because you know who Ken Swift is, and the people listening, if you don't know who Ken Swift is, you might want to go on Google and look him up.
Yeah, yeah. Kenny was like, like still, nowadays, like he's a big inspiration
Yeah.
for me and also for worldwide, for
World.
sure. And still he get down really with the dope style. But anyway, yeah, it's amazing. I'm living in a state I can meet the people that I was look up to when I was young
Yeah.
as a friend level wise, it's really awesome. I never really thought
Hmm.
that way.
Yeah, because you look up them and you're like, "Whoa, this is
Yeah,
Ken Swift." Oh,
idols.
but to get to know them on a more personal level,
Yeah, is
right?
that's why and I can learn something different way also.
Yeah.
So shout out to all the originals and OGs in United States, not just OG, but just
Yeah.
especially, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, um, yeah, and shout out to the teachers and as well, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I don't
So
want to say everybody's name, but it's too
yeah. So,
many.
so and it's a lot, you know. So
Yeah.
now that it's 2021. We're still in a pandemic, right? It's been tough for people,
Mm-hmm.
especially like in our world, because we sort of depend on group. Everything we do is group,
Mm,
social. Like we're going to an event right now, and it's group.
mm.
So it was tough for everybody to sort of find their way. How did you manage to keep going during the pandemic when we couldn't go out, when we were sort of, tied in?
Mm. Yeah, there was a hard time, bro. Honestly, like last year, right? Like,
Yeah.
no jams, like, no parties, no classes, nothing.
Hmm.
So now, but it's getting better.
Yeah.
I
Slowly.
can see, yeah, slowly better. I think from early this year. But East Coast wise, I think this is time that, especially New York City, is getting really better now. You can
Right.
go to
Yeah, it was really bad for a long
clubs,
time there. Yeah.
yeah. Is you can open restaurant and shops and tattoo shop you can
Okay.
open, and small jams start little by little. I just throw some event months ago in the Bronx that was awesome. It was outside jam.
Hmm.
um and not a lot of people coming, but still people show up and support.
Right.
That was really like appreciate for people who came through and show love and respect.
Yeah.
And I saw the West Coast and mid Midwest, and they starting
To get back up.
get back up and stuff. But I
Yeah.
think still in Korea right now it's still bad.
Oh
Still
wow.
you can really meet up people.
Hmm.
I think um still like closed down a lot of place.
Yeah.
So but right now USA is getting better, so I
It's getting
think
better. Yeah.
follow the
I hope so. I mean, it's been a long
yeah.
time now, right? And it's hard because like we had to adjust. I mean, we
Yeah.
were doing those online battles, and we were trying to just do anything we could
Mm,
to keep going
mm,
and to have something to do, right?
mm-hmm.
Because you're at home. I mean, there's only so much you can do before you just got to add things and
True.
get creative.
Actually, I got better DJing skill because of the online thing from the pandemic. Honestly,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we
We
did
did.
one.
Yeah, that
It
was
was
awesome, man. Like every like Thursday,
it was
right?
Friday, every
Friday. Oh my
Friday.
man,
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah, we
Set it
kept
up.
up. We kept up for a
Mm,
minute, and still now I feel like I'll end up doing it again. But for me too, that was
mm,
a really good experience
mm-hmm,
because I mean, it got me to do this what we're doing right now. I
mm-hmm,
got inspired by interviewing people to the point where I was like, why don't I
mm,
just start my own podcast
mm,
where I can do that all the time? Like,
mm.
I don't need to throw an event to interview people.
True. I remember it's not about just the battle. Actually, you try to having people like can talk each other. That
Yeah,
was really cool
and I
for
want
keys also. For everybody.
Yeah, and I want to learn, right? So
Mm,
like asking some of the
mm,
judges that would come on,
mm-hmm.
asking them questions about their life,
Yep.
like questions that most people won't ask. So yes, I know we all are part of a community and we're part of a culture and we all are artists and we do what we do, but I also think there's the human side. I want
Yeah.
to learn more about like what do you do,
Right.
on your day when you're not in hip hop for a minute because I'm sure there, obviously during the day you are also doing just normal things. It's not always art,
True. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because
But
if
I mean, yeah, it's not about like just culture, right? But yeah, man, like yeah, just the being a human wise,
yeah,
trying to be, like a good human much as I can. Also, try to learn different stuff too.
yeah,
Um, yeah, I think that's really important. Than dope artists. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
for sure.
Like being a good human first. But I think that's not a easy too. You need to practicing for that also.
You
I
gotta
guess.
practice. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, not practicing, but like really like maintaining for
yeah.
being a good person.
I mean, as you grow up, you sort of learn a thing or two.
Mm-hmm.
So like for example, for me, I realized that there's certain foods that I just can't eat, but I didn't know that back in the days.
Mm,
It's now I know that there's
mm,
certain foods I can't eat. There's certain things I
mm,
can't do that are just not good for my body. So
mm,
you learn as you go. Life is going to
mm,
teach you,
mm,
and it's kind of it is hard. You do have to practice,
mm.
right? And you got to work at it.
Yeah, gotta know who you are. That's why I think we living in this world, I guess. And it's not just. I guess it's not. Maybe there is no answer also, but either way, you just gotta keep asking yourself. I think talking yourself. I think that's important. And share the good energy to the other.
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
self-knowledge really. Like Bruce Lee always talked about that like learning who you are,
Mm,
right?
mhm.
Because it's hard to express yourself if you don't know who you are,
Yeah. Right.
right?
Yeah. True. Like I think that's the key for happiness, I guess. Finding yourself and
Mhm.
then um like you say, like express yourself and then other people see that and then bring that inspiration to
Mhm.
other people and then another inspiration.
Yeah.
Keep it going,
Yeah, it's
about it.
like a chain
Mm,
reaction. So you want to inspire
mm,
people, then they like you inspired me when for example, when you
mm,
came down, I think was like maybe 5 years ago
mm.
or 6 years ago, something like that. And that was when you were first just starting to paint.
Oh
Like you got
yeah.
really into it.
Yeah.
And I
Mm-hmm.
remember that you came down and I saw you painting and what ended up happening was that you left some of the paint, some leftovers,
Mm-hmm.
and then I had them on my house. And then one day I just kept staring at them, and I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, I
I'm gonna
remember.
grab one. So started grabbing the
Mm-hmm.
cans, and I started just playing around with them.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, man, I was painting like every single day. So I got inspired by you. So you're right, that
Yeah, I
energy.
remember you. Yeah, you
And
was
and
like,
then it's crazy because your energy traveled. So you got it. You gave it to me, And then now I'm doing summer camp, and there's like 20 kids, and I'm painting for them, and I'm showing,
Wow.
and I'm teaching them like,
Mm.
hey, this is the can, because I
Mm.
obviously I didn't know what I was doing,
Mm.
but you learn a thing or two as the more you do it. And I was able to, your energy traveled all the way there. Now there's a group of kids
Mm.
who wouldn't have even thought of it
Mm-hmm.
if it wasn't for you painting when and me seeing it.
Man, I mean,
It's funny how
that's
things
awesome.
are.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like, but like I think also like, it's like if you don't like it and how you do it,
Yeah.
I think that's first thing you need to understanding. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you pick up the cans because you love it. You like that
Yeah, I
movement. You know what
like,
I'm saying?
yeah, so
So
the way they look, the way they sound, and then the way they feel in your
yeah,
hand, and it's just, it
yeah,
felt good. It
for
felt
sure.
right. It felt
Yeah.
right. Plus they're expensive, man.
Mm.
You got to use them up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah. It's
can't
all, yeah, soft lies and.
yeah.
So that's why one thing I love. I mean, thanks for this culture, like breaking. You don't need to have money for style. I mean, start.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you need to get a like a radio or for the music and stuff, but you can just get down. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? If you
that's
find some good spot, you know what I'm saying.
yeah.
But graffiti, like you need a can, caps, wall and painting, another paint. Like
Yeah.
rollers and even DJ. You need like equipment
Yeah,
and
you need
stuff.
equipment. Right.
And a MC, like you need a microphone and actually like maybe like like pen and papers and whatever, and studio, and that's
Mhm.
expensive. But anyway, yeah, like breaking is like you need to use the whole your body also. Like
Yeah.
it's not equipment, it's all
Mhm.
about
You
all
got to
about
take
you.
care of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's why it's kind of different
Yeah. You're
than
right.
other thing too. But
Yeah. You don't need any equipment.
yeah.
It definitely was really fun for me
Yeah.
because one of the things I realized that when you're painting, you sort of forget about everything
Mm.
else. You get into it,
Mm-hmm.
and then you just forget
Mm.
what's going on. You just
Yeah.
kind of get lost for a little bit. It's kind of nice to separate yourself and be in a different world for a little
Yep.
bit.
Yep. I mean, yeah, it's all one, like whole the one culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that's another human being too. Like doing something on the walls,
Yeah.
putting your mark. Your names. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, yeah, it's a part of human thing, I guess. Like very natural stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, like, yeah, even dancing.
Mhm. So what do you nowadays? Obviously, like breaking is all around the world. I mean, everywhere if you go anywhere around the world,
Mm.
there's going to be B girls and B boys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I doubt there's a country or a place where there isn't.
Mm-hmm.
It's impossible almost. It's gone all around the world, and then we're also now going into the Olympics, and it's becoming like this huge thing. It's going from the culture, which will always be there, but now there's also, in a way, another layer to it, which is like the sports culture.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the raw break life to now having an athletic and sports and entertainment side
Mm.
uh, to it on that level where it's considered a sport? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think that's awesome, But I don't really know exactly what's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like because I do different.
yeah,
I gotta leave. You know what I'm saying? I gotta pay a land. So sometimes I'm kind of like not super into breaking scene right now, be honestly. But what I seeing now is definitely like changing
yeah.
season or something like, or already changed. I don't know, but we didn't. I mean, like Olympic, like you said, like Olympics and like TV shows, like
Mm-hmm.
um, you know what I mean, like but I'm sure maybe it is already back then too.
Yeah.
Like Olympic stuff, like I think 80 around time they
Yeah, I mean,
already.
people talked
Mm.
about it, and and for a long time, right? But now it's actually happening, so it sort of changes the whole thing. I mean, yeah. So you're right. It is changing.
Yeah,
But
I'm sure it's coming. It's gonna be spinning.
yeah, and things. That's the way it goes, right? Like
Mm.
you were saying in Korea at one point, you guys were like celebrities over there on
Yeah, yeah,
TV shows and
yeah,
everything.
yeah,
So you've already kind of seen that happen over there.
yeah.
Is it still like that now in Korea? Like it?
I'm not sure right now because I haven't in Korea like for 9 years now, so I'm
Mhm.
not exactly know
But
where's it going.
you keep in contact with your crew and
Of course, yeah, every day,
right? And
yeah,
I'm sure they're doing a lot of stuff over there.
yeah, but not like 2005, 10,
Mm.
not like that anymore, I guess,
Yeah,
because I think a lot of sponsors kind of step back though, but
yeah,
still there's a lot of dancer they can living with what they love, like dance, be
right.
as a dancer, as a
Yeah,
b-boy.
they can do it over there.
Yeah, like keep it living. I mean, with living with it, you know what I
Yeah,
mean. But yeah, I think there's more jobs too. I guess
right.
different thing
Oh,
with the
I see.
breaking
Okay.
or dance.
Yeah, and I'm sure the sponsors and they'll come
Oh
back.
yeah, true.
Once
But
once the
maybe,
Olympics happen, they're
mm,
gonna come back.
yeah, more schools. I guess like more dance school or
Mm-hmm.
more school in public school. I guess
Yeah.
and TV shows. Still going on. And I think the street dancing culture is super popping now in Korea.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like freestyle
Hmm.
dance because of the TV show.
Yeah.
It's like a competition style.
Oh, what?
You
Like
know,
okay, like we had it here. I think
mm,
was like America's Best Dance
something
Crew
like
and all
that.
that.
Yeah, true. So it's very popular now. Um,
W-
so it gets, I think, help with the other styles too. I guess. So I think which is awesome. It's
Yeah.
like you know.
I think that's what's so here in the United States, right? We've had shows, we've
Mm,
had big battles, we had a lot of things, and this is like the Hollywood,
mm,
Hollywood is here and everything.
mm,
But yet we have yet to see a breaking battles on TV. That's what's going to happen next, I think.
mm,
I think in the next few years, you're going to start to see
mm,
breaking on TV, like battles. And it might not be the way we want it to be, where it's like,
mm,
oh, it's just a battle.
mm.
It's going to be very much like a sport. But that's
Yeah.
the next phase, and the people doing it, are going to basically become celebrities in a way because they're going to be on TV, similar
Mm,
to like boxing, for example. I
mm,
was just at a boxing event last night, and they televise it, and it doesn't take anything away from the boxers. It just means more people get to see it. So I think that's the next phase for
mm,
breaking, man. You're going to see like
mm,
these, top level
mm,
people for entertainment competing,
mm.
maybe for money, maybe for fame, or maybe just to compete against other people.
Yeah, I'm just, that's awesome, brother, for
Yeah.
real. But one thing I kind of like, uh, not to worry, but you know what I mean? Like, if you take the like super higher level in the war, like taking really right correctly and then spread it out or whatever, like,
Yeah.
I, I think that's the really important for me. Like,
Yeah.
whatever, b-boy, I mean, yeah, you just gotta bring it whole together. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like hip hop culture, because
Right.
breaking coming from hip hop culture, right? It's not like individual thing. So if you wanna like having this culture like to the next level, or like Olympics and TV show or whatever, anything, you just gotta make sure bring whole hip hop culture correctly. I think
Yeah. So
that's
it
what I
so
for the
goes together, not just breaking isolated,
yeah,
but
make correct like hip
yeah.
hop culture
Yeah.
all together, and then show it to people. Why not? It's awesome,
Yeah, I think it's possible. I think that if done right, I think it's possible for
Yeah,
people to do that, and you can have a sporting event, but have a DJ that is well known in the community
yeah.
and as a part of the
Dope
culture.
DJ,
Yeah,
yeah.
and a dope
Dope host,
MC.
yeah,
If you
yeah,
can keep it like that,
mm,
then you can hit everything and still educate people
yeah,
on the culture.
yeah. And that's how it is. That's how we come from, and I just want to keep it the right way,
Yeah.
like really. original
Authentic.
looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that definitely will be something that to look at, and also at the same time, I believe that it's also the best way to show it and the most entertainment in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you have just two people battling and you have some
Like
music,
empty spot.
yeah, it's not gonna look. You're not even the people watching it at home are
Yeah.
going to be like, "What is this?" You know?
Maybe some people like that way too, but okay. So my first, like, I mean, not the first. I remember like a '99 hip hop festival in the Korea back in '99. Uh, I wasn't there because I just started that year, so
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know happening that time. But I watching videotape because they made a videotape after the festival.
Okay.
What I remember was it's not just about b-boy. There was a b-boy battle,
Mm-hmm.
but they call it hip hop festival.
Oh, I
But
see.
it's for the b-boy battle, like 5-on-5, like country versus country.
Oh,
I've never
wow.
seen. So it was USA All Stars and Canada, Japan, think wait, France, I guess. Anyway, like it was like a worldwide battle.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But I'll remember host was really cool. He I forgot his name though, but he from also state, you know, and DJ was on point too, and and background was a graffiti on
Mm-hmm.
the stage. Like it was just super cool, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I'm not only remember about the b-boy, but I remember like whole vibe, like,
Yeah, the vibe. I
and then
think that's what
they
the
made a big event in Korea first time, I guess.
yeah, that vibe has to be there, right? And
Mm.
and that's the energy that you're talking about earlier,
Mm-hmm.
right? You
Yeah,
can't just you got to keep the energy
yeah,
there.
art form together.
Yeah, and I mean it's gonna be exciting to see what happens in the next few years. I do think there's a lot of, like you said, the things that we don't, people don't know about. But for the kids, for the younger generation, I feel like it's going to be really good for them,
Mm.
as long as they have the right mentors and people behind them who understand the culture, and
Mm-hmm.
they don't, you don't go to like a gymnastics coach to learn how to flip, but you have a group of people who are also keeping the culture education side of it, so that the kids learning are not just looking at breaking as only a sport, but they're also able to bring the culture, because it really comes down to them. Imagine if you're watching it on TV and the people competing are amazing breakers, but they don't know anything about the culture.
Mm.
They're the ones who are going to get the interviews. They're the ones that are going to get the commercials. So if they don't have that education and a mentorship, how can they then go out and talk about it? So I think it really starts with the people teaching them on what it is,
Mm-hmm.
right, and
For sure.
preparing them,
Yeah, for sure.
right. So now, obviously, like we're going to this event, and teaching wise, man, what do you try to teach the students when you talk, when we talk about breaking, especially, right? Because that's something that you've been doing for a long time. What is the message that you are, when you have a group of people and you see them, they all want to learn from you, they all know who you
Mm.
are. What is the feeling you get and the
Mm.
message that you want to share with people,
Mm.
aside just from just breaking, because you're using breaking almost as like a tool to share your message of culture and who you are. So what are some of the messages that you try to bring across when you're teaching?
Finding yourself, express yourself, but with the foundations, and then um, into fundamental. So foundation to the fundamental is like for me, it's like foundation is just um, from a original, like original moves like chair freeze, like 6 steps or 5 step. I
Mm-hmm.
think the foundation, and then to the fundamental is like your own foundation.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm trying to really for myself also, like I'm trying to study like that way more after like 20 years for breaking, I'm thinking that way for my own foundation and
Mm-hmm.
fundamental. That's my goal too, but it's
Okay.
not easy
Yeah.
for sure because you gotta understand
Yeah.
exactly like what foundation, and then so I think you gotta just back and forth. That's what I try to teach, but it's one
Yeah.
hour, right?
Yeah,
So
it's 1 hour.
it's hard to do both
Yeah.
at the same time. But I think the foundation end of the day is the music. So I think I'm trying to like understanding like how to count, simple
Yeah.
things,
Yeah.
and how to do the two steps, or
Yeah.
like with the
Basics.
basic, yeah, funky funk music and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So that's not what I'm trying to teaching nowadays. I mean, try to teaching like kids or adult, or
Mm-hmm.
I don't care like what
Yeah.
age. It's all about foundation to me. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And so like it's good because you're looking at it as you learn the basics and then you can develop your own way of
Yeah, but I learned,
expression.
yeah, I learned from like, from the guy I learned. I mean, that's how I got my
Yeah.
styles, and from the other teachers, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just teaching what I learned, actually,
Yeah.
and put it in my own mind too, but mostly what I learned and what
Mm-hmm.
I really study for nowadays, and I try to teaching,
Yeah.
yeah, the
So your
same way.
experience and like what you learned, you
Mm.
you just pass it on.
Yeah.
Pass on that knowledge, right?
Yeah, like what
Yeah.
I really thinking nowadays and
Yeah.
stuff. So
So let's go back a little bit to when you were younger, and in many ways, as you're growing up.
mm,
Oftentimes, what happens is your family will say, "Let go of the dancing and
right,
get a real job."
right.
But it was always in me that I just didn't like anything else. I felt like this was what I was
Mm,
supposed to do. So in your case,
mm,
did you ever get anything like that as when you were younger, or your parents said, "Why don't you get a job and
mm,
start doing like
mm.
normal things and not art?"
I got lucky, yo. I mean, our families, we are not rich
Mm-hmm.
family, honestly, but they never say to me that like go to get a different job and
Hmm.
stuff like that. You know what I mean? But honestly, like I dropped high school, um, because of the I want to practice it more that time.
Oh wow.
Very
Okay.
simple.
Yeah.
I want to do more break, that time for sure. Like
Yeah.
24 hours. I want to.
Just want to
Of course,
break.
I sleep, but I want to practicing at the nighttime
Mm-hmm.
through morning, and then sleep a little bit, and then daytime
And then
break
do it again.
practice. Yeah, and then just keep going, and
Yeah.
you're so tired
Yeah.
at the school,
What? So you were training hard, basically. You're
Yeah, after,
sessioning hard.
and then I starting making money.
Yeah.
It was I didn't really trying to follow the money, but I was really putting in my time for
Mm-hmm.
breaking, and then it's job coming,
Yeah.
start
You
the
were just
natural.
prepared. You were ready for whatever came, and
Yeah,
you
you're
were
ready.
training.
Yeah, you're ready for any time and anywhere.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean. Like you're actually, I was kind of ready. Like when I was 18 years old, and then I started making a little bit of money. Not
Mm-hmm.
so much, but
Yeah.
got job. Showcase like TV shows, and sometimes battle, winning the battle. Solo battles and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. And then yeah, so parents never say like
Oh wow.
go get a job. I try to
Yes.
make a little more for mom and father too. After though,
Yeah.
so yeah, it's blessed
So
for me.
that all that work you were putting in many ways was attracting the money,
Mm.
was attracting the jobs because you're focusing on what you're doing. That
Because I didn't
also,
want to do other work that time.
yeah,
I want to break
just want to
in.
break.
Yeah, but I need money for sure too, cause I
Yeah.
can keep going.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, yo,
So that decision to basically do this as a profession, was that decision something that naturally happened for you, or did you make that decision and say, you know what, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life, I'm going
mm,
to make a living, I'm going to make it a career?
mm.
How did you make the decision, and was that decision a natural one for you?
Oh, actually, yeah. I mean, drop high school, and then I don't wanna ask my parents that need money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I feel already guilty and sorry for the parents, because I'm dropped to high school.
Yeah, you got to tell them that
Yeah,
must
that's
have been
not
tough.
good. So but yeah, so I had to um make my living myself, like after that situation. So
Yeah.
um I didn't really being like, oh, I need that. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just really like going in
Focused.
more, yeah, breaking 20, like I say, 20, like 365. I mean 365 and 24 hours, like 7 days, like just
Yeah.
just want to breaking. So and then it comes natural, I guess,
Yeah, I mean, when you put that much energy into something, it's hard to even explain because you basically are living it all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and that's all you think about. When you wake up, you're thinking, you're excited to
Mm.
go and practice again.
Yeah,
So it's
dreaming.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So and that's what it takes. You know, oftentimes you hear of people doing amazing things,
Mm-hmm.
and they talk about them being so in that element.
Mm.
You have to like be super focused. In
Mm.
many ways, you can't even think about anything else
Mm.
because if the energy you put into something and the focus you put into it, these things start to happen,
Yep. Yep. Yep.
right? But if you're not ready,
Mm. Yeah, he's I think so too. And then with
right,
the good friend and good crew,
good energy,
have together, same level, and then yeah, do what you love, and
yeah,
yeah, I think energy is there for sure.
yeah. So it seems like you just kind of grew into it, you know, started and then you focus. You said, I'm not going to continue with school because I want to focus on breaking all the time. And then through that
Mm.
focus, it basically attracted jobs,
Mm.
which led to you making a little bit of money where you could now help your family a little bit
Mm-hmm.
more.
Mm-hmm.
And then it also took you all around the world.
Yeah,
So that's pretty cool, man, if you
it
think
is for
about it.
the life in the lifetime, like 2005, like around till 10. You know what I mean? That was
Yeah,
like best time in my life for sure.
yeah,
Travel all around the world,
yeah.
battling
And
people.
then people knew who you were, and
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Had a studio
yeah,
with Rivers Crew Studio. Open it up, like having party and event, like small jams, like, and then go to big jams after. Like is pretty. That's really pretty
yeah. So that
dope.
was like,
Like
yeah,
great memories. You know what I mean? So I
yeah,
can keep doing what I love. Even if I do different stuff. I
yeah,
got that same energy,
yeah.
mind as a b-boy, and then I can just do whatever I need to do, or
Yeah.
whatever I want to do it.
Right. So that energy from being a b-boy also kind of allows you to get do anything because you have the confidence to say, "Hey,
Yeah.
you know what? I have this experience
Mm-hmm.
already." It's almost like another life in a way
Mm-hmm.
where you're traveling, you're battling, you're meeting people, you're connecting with people, and you decided that this is what you're going to do,
Mm-hmm.
and then it led you on where you are today. I mean, so you've had a lot of success. I feel like it's hard to become a successful b-boy or b-girl
Mm-hmm.
without putting in that work,
Mm.
right?
True. Yeah. I mean, yeah. But like I say, like I never have like, oh, I gotta do something. Like, I mean, like something that you have like a, I don't know. It's hard to explaining though, but I'm just like a keep going. Kept going. Um, thinking not too much far away. I mean, not thinking too much, like
Yeah.
um, like
So you're in the
having a,
moment. You're
yeah,
in the
just
moment.
yeah. I just kept it going what I love. You know what I mean? And it happened just like naturally. Even like getting into graffiti, uh, it's natural to
Yeah.
me because like I said, I started first in the when I was young. And then do it again in New York City, and it's like it's very natural to me.
Yeah.
Just like just just keep it going.
Mhm.
I feel like I never stop, even if I stopped for a while, like for
Yeah.
graffiti, like because of the breaking. But it's
It's all connected.
yeah, we're connected, and you know, it's
Yeah.
like it's not like you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
you grab the spray can, after we kicking
Mhm.
it like your yard and stuff like that. But it's not random thing actually. It's
Mhm.
part of your
Yeah,
life
it's part
already.
of right, right.
You seen graffiti
Yeah.
already, like it's like.
Yeah, and it's all and it's nice to see that even though it's like a different element, you're practicing a different element, they have a lot in common.
Mm-hmm.
And your style is almost like similar.
Yeah, you can figure it out in
Yeah.
your brain,
Yeah, it's just a different way to like express you
yes,
how
yeah,
you feel,
different
right?
looking, yeah.
Obviously, you're continuing what you're doing, right? I'm sure you're going to do this for the rest of your life.
Yes, yes, for sure. I'm still, process, right? And
Yeah.
I want to get better, yo. Like anything what I'm doing,
Hmm.
So I will keep going definitely, and I'm sure um I can get better and better. It's never gonna stop. So
Yeah. So what do you want? What are some of the things you want to do next? Is in terms of art, in terms of teaching? What are some of your goals that you have in the future?
yeah, man, I want to like try to build like house building a house and making tables and very
Yeah.
simple carpenter thing. And I love craft, so I just want to learn anything that have
Yeah.
something craft with it, and I just want to keep going, bro. I'm already like doing uh some different thing already, so I'm
Yeah.
just trying to keep going and keep going. But like I want a more structure, more better
Yeah.
structure than before,
Yeah, and that's an art form too. To
Mm.
build structure is knowing what structure is to you and your lifestyle and your personality, because your structure might work for me.
Mm.
So you customize. Everything is customized. You know what I mean? Like
Right,
your
right.
lifestyle's customized. You know what to do. You know how to manage it. So it's exciting, man. And I think you should try to get into some carpentering, man.
Mhm.
It's really fun.
No doubt, teaching me, bro.
It's
Teach me
another
next
level,
time.
man. It's another level, cutting and measuring it, but
Mm-hmm.
it's art in a
Mm.
way that so
Oh, of course, yeah.
when I'm building
Mm.
something, I get into it, man. Even like I'm in here for hours, days sometimes building stuff, drawing it first and then cutting it and then nailing it and putting it all together. It's a fun little process to
Yeah.
do, So I think you would like it.
Already like it, man. I'm just,
Yeah.
waiting for the time,
Yeah.
putting in energy, you know what I'm
And
saying?
for
So,
me, I also like the smell of the wood.
mm.
When you cut it, it gives
Oh,
off that smell. It
is it good,
smells
Annie?
good, man. It smells really good.
Yeah, yo.
But so man, look, thank you so much again, for being on. I know we talked about a few different things and we'll do it again.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time. Hopefully that I can get you back here soon. I mean, you're here probably like what, once or twice a year maybe?
Yeah, yeah, I think, yeah, but
Something
I
like that.
never, yeah, I always come here every year, I
Yeah.
guess, right? Like,
Yeah, I think every year for the
yeah,
most part for the last maybe what,
mm,
8 years you've been here.
yeah, yo,
Yeah, so we
yeah,
kept up for all this time, and
mm,
and it's I learned a lot from you, man. And I'm when I think about people in the breaking world,
mm.
when everyone talks about b-boying, in my mind, there's only a few people that come to my mind, and you're one of those
Oh
people.
man,
When I think about b-boying
same here,
in
brother.
the world, bro, like around
Mm,
the world, who do I think, is the rawest b-boy? Who do I
mm,
think? I'm always like, well, I think about you, and I think about you not only because you break, but because of everything else that you do. You're living hip hop, and
mm.
to me, that's a huge inspiration, man, for
Yeah, thank
people.
you.
Everyone, looks up to you. So it's amazing, man, that how
Wow.
far and how much you can inspire people when you put that work that you put in back in the days, those hours that you put in when you were breaking, like you said, 24 hours a day, led you to inspire people all around the world. But at that time when you were doing it, you weren't thinking about that. You were just in the moment doing it because it felt right, and you were able to inspire people. So again, thanks for being on, man. And
Thank you.
I
We
try to,
inspire each other all the time, so
for
I learn
sure,
from
man.
your love, brother, too. So
Yeah.
even these today, like, thank you, man. Thanks for having me, man. All the time.
Yeah, thanks, man.